Why, hello there. Yes, hot on the heels of my unbelievably successful The 10 Guys You're Going to Meet in Thailand. I am back, folks, yes, with another 10 guys you're going... Well, actually, it's not 10. I think it's about 7. I ran out of time on this video, so I had to cut it down a little bit. Plus, I'm sure you're getting tired of listening to me ramble all the time. Yes, even Thailand's happiest hobo gets tired of hearing himself talk. It's true. Guys, listen, here are 7 more guys and girls you are going to meet here in Thailand on your travels. Gym rats and Muay Thai fighters. You will see these guys everywhere, but most likely you're not going to meet them unless you are one of them. I know all kinds of guys that go to the gym. They love going to the gym. They go every single day. Quite honestly, I've never been in a gym in my life. I mean, look, trust me, never. Not going to go to one, not going to happen. Have all kinds of guys say to me, hey man, why don't you come to the gym? Why don't you join the gym? No, why don't you have a beer with me at 6 o'clock in the morning? Jesus, come on, brother. The Muay Thai fighters. They are also everywhere, and usually you can tell these guys because they've got a certain walk and a swagger. I'm not sure what it is, but you can tell them. They're usually, you know, in a rush to go where they're going, and that is typically to the gym. Sometimes you will see them out drinking, but it's typically a San Miguel light. I think they're just worried about the, I don't know. They are everywhere on Phuket, especially certain areas. Bang Tao, I'm not sure what it is about Bang Tao that draws the trainers, but yeah, you'll find them everywhere. The gym rats, not so much in Patong, but you get down to Rawai, Nai Harn, Kata, especially Krong. Man, they're everywhere, and they love taking it off and strolling around. You don't want me to do that, kids. Now, there are a lot of former titans of industry that are here, and they love their golfing. There's other guys that just enjoy golfing. They didn't have to be titans of anything, but yeah, you will find a lot of golfers here. I've met some. I'm not a golfer. I'm really not. It's about the only sport that I don't enjoy. I can go out golfing maybe 4 or 5 holes, and then I get so bored or drunk, one of the two, that shit just goes off the rails, and I'm not enjoying myself at that point, unless I'm absolutely plastered driving around in the cart, and then I'm having a great time. Other people are diving out of the way, but hey, I'm enjoying myself, having a blast. Driving, not golfing. A lot of golfers here, yeah. And again, if you're not a golfer, you're probably not going to meet them. If you're a golfer, well, yeah, you're going to know a lot of golfers. Strange how that works, isn't it? Now, you would think, because of the title, that I'm completely off topic here, but hold on a second. You are going to meet some incredibly free-thinking, in search of themselves ladies that are on a journey here, okay? And guys, this is a good thing. I'm going to tell you right now. Do not limit yourself just to the local girls, because if you're looking for some fun, we'll call it, some of the foreigners that are here are incredible free spirits. They are open-minded, to say the least, and some of them are on, again, a journey of inner reflection, and they're looking for something. You will find a ton of these girls, especially in like the backpacker areas, the tourist areas, because they know that that's where there's a lot of guys. So they're going to these spots, and well, it's girls gone wild, I guess is the best way to put it. I know girls that back at home were really conservative, and here it's just, whoop, everything comes off, and it does come off, truly, it does. They're having lots of fun though, and yeah, if you're looking to have some fun yourself, introduce yourself to a foreign girl, or like someone like you, or someone that you obviously know is a tourist here. Trust me, it'll pay off without a doubt, unless you're just interested in the Thai girls. But trust me, give it a shot. And then there is the misguided passport bro. okay? And who I'm talking about here is these guys that got so disenfranchised with the dating scene in their home countries, and they come here hoping that they're going to find some little tiny beautiful young subservient girl. Now, I will do a whole video about passport bros. In this one, I'm just going to talk about someone very specific. And that's the guy that truly believes because he has some money, he can dictate how the relationship is going to go. I see this all the time, and I feel so bad for some of these girls. I really do, because you have these guys that come here and they are the most disgusting people that you can possibly think of, because they will find a girl that has no other options than him because he has money. Now, please keep in mind that the younger the girl, the more attractive the girl, the better her options. She doesn't have to be totally young, but if she's really pretty, guys, she has tons of options. So what these guys are doing is they're going and finding girls that they're not great looking, but they're still beautiful. They're still incredibly attractive girls, and they're treating them like shit. They're treating them like absolute shit because they have money. They are essentially dictating what the girls can do, who they can talk to, where they can go, what they can wear. I have all kinds of guys that reach out to me because of this channel. That's where I get my content from, to be honest with you. The guys that reach out to me and want me to share their stories. I also have a lot of women that reach out to me, and I have one that has contacted me in the last couple of days because her boyfriend of 3 years, you would not believe what a miserable bastard this guy is. I have seen the correspondence between him and her, and the absolute psychological abuse that he puts her through is staggering and disgusting. All because he's got money, and he's very quick to remind her that he has money, he's the boss, she has to do what he tells her to do. You will find a lot of these guys. I've actually got up and left restaurants because I've been sitting there watching some disgusting pig have some little tiny girl hand feed him. While he's sitting there, he's got food running down, splashing on his belly and stuff, and he's just... I've seen guys that are so horrific to the girls that they're supposedly dating, that they're supposedly taking care of, where they'll force them to do the most disgusting things that you can possibly imagine, or sit there and watch them do the most disgusting things and force them to watch it. I don't like these guys. I really don't. You won't either. I promise you that. Once you've met 2 or 3 of them, actually, most likely once you've met your first one, you will not like them at all. This whole passport bros thing is a myth. It's a joke. And a lot of the guys that come here, they're coming because they can't get a girl. So they got to buy one and treat her like shit. Yeah, you're not going to like those guys either. You're really not. Now, I do have to revisit one of the guys from part 1, okay? And that is the guy with no ties to back home. Because I did catch some flack from a couple of commenters about the fact that I was ignorant and ignoring the fact that there are a lot of men who have been manipulated by women back at home, and they do not have relationships with their children for that reason. So, I'm just going to flat out and explain myself a little bit more so that there's no confusion as to who I'm talking about here, okay? At no time in my travels here in Thailand, when I am talking to these guys, have I ever had a man sit there and tell me this woe-begone, heartbreaking, wrenching, tear-jerking story about how, oh, you know, my wife did this and it really affected me and blah, 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 this and blah, blah, blah. Never happened once. What I hear from these guys is, oh, my asshole kid this or my asshole kid that, blah, blah, blah this, blah, blah, blah that. They just go on and on and on about how miserable everybody was back home. They have no friends back home except for some guy named Bob that they used to get drunk with when they were in their teens. Other than that, they have no friends. They have no family connections at all. Not only their children, their ex-wives, obviously, their brothers, their sisters, their parents. I know guys that I have talked to, and it's typically always the most miserable you will ever meet in your life, that never calls their mom, never talks to their father. Their father was just a complete, and they go on about how horrific everything was for them back home, how everyone was against them, how no one could understand how they needed to come to Thailand, how they just needed to have this experience. It's always the same guy every time. So, for those people who did make the comment on my last video, part 1 of this, if you guys haven't watched it, please go back and watch it. It's quite entertaining. I in no way was minimizing the effect that the whole psychological devastation of a mother putting a wedge between father and son would have on anybody's life, okay? I am not sitting here doing psychoanalysis. I am just telling you the type of people that you're going to meet walking down the streets of Thailand. And one guy you're going to meet all of the time is some idiot that has absolutely no ties back home. And I'm going to tell you point blank once again, if they're an asshole here and they're telling you stories and you're sitting there going, fuck, you're an asshole. They were an asshole back there to everyone, including their kids, okay? So, again, to anybody who did lose an incredible connection with their child because of whatever happened in the divorce, I do feel horrifically sorry for you. I hope that someday you're able to repair that relationship. That's not who I was talking about. I'm talking about the guy that was an asshole back home and is still an asshole here. Did I sort that out? Are we okay on that one? Good. Now, one person that I find absolutely fascinating and I love talking to are the lifers. The guys that have been here for 20 and 30 years. They've seen how Phuket and Thailand has changed over the years. They can tell you the most incredible stories about how, oh man, I remember when this street was just jungle, I remember going to Koh Samui when it was dirt roads and just a couple of tents on the beach. I find these guys absolutely fascinating, and you can tell them because they are like free-spirited hippies. They walk around and they're just like, man, they're in a whole different world. They're fantastic people. A lot of them too are what I like to call Victor Visa. I have met so many guys here, I'm telling you, completely true, that have no visa. They've been here for 10, 12, 15, even 20 years and just never left. Somehow, I'm not sure how, because if it was me, I'd be in prison most likely or deported, but these guys get away with it and they never have any problems. They've got driver's licenses that are made out of cardboard, I honestly, I don't know how they do it, but yeah, Victor Visa, man, he lives here his whole life, never has a problem, loves it, and they've got the most incredible stories. These are the guys that are quite opposite to the last idiot because they love everything about Thailand. They've embraced it. They've taken all of what the other guy thinks are challenges and deficiencies and turned them into positives and things that they embrace about the country. I love these guys. The lifers here in Thailand are fantastic because they're the ones that are going to keep you out of trouble. They're the ones that have the best advice. They know they know the cool places to go. They know the hidden beaches. They know the little side soys where you're going to find the best food. You want cheap booze? These guys know exactly where to go. They know the name of the bartender and what time the place opens and closes. They know everything about the neighborhood. These guys are fantastic. Yes, the lifers are wonderful. And then there's quite possibly least favorite type of guy. And that's the guy that absolutely hates every single thing about Thailand. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what social setting you're in. If there's more than 3 people, I guarantee you, one of them is going to hate every single thing about Thailand, and he's going to spend the entire time that he's talking to you about how much he hates Thailand. How everything here is absolute shit, and it does not compare to how great everything is back at home. Oh, this is crap. That's crap. Every single thing is crap about Thailand, and everything about his home country is perfect. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. Go home. If it's that great back there, why did you leave in the first place? Why did you come here and ruin my day and start talking to me about how terrible Thailand is? Listen, I fully understand that there's 1 or 2 things that even I'm not completely happy about here, but I'm not going to sit there and all over the country. It makes absolute no sense. I take everything with a grain of salt, and the things that, you know, are not perfect, I just look at, that's a challenge. Who cares? These people, holy, I'm telling you, I know them as soon as I see them. That's the funny thing about it. Once you get here and you spend enough time here, you will be able to pick people out just by seeing them. And I can spot these guys 100 yards away. I'm telling you, if I could throw a football that far, I could bounce one off right between their eyes. I'd like to it sometimes, to be honest with you. Especially when the ignorance comes out of them about how, I mean, I swear to you, I've actually had people tell me that what they really don't like about Thailand is that they speak a foreign language. I'm serious. I've had people tell me that what really pisses them off is that, oh, these people don't speak English. These people don't speak English. On Phuket, there's a massive Muslim presence, okay? And I've had so many people talk to me about how ignorant it is for people to be wearing hijabs and stuff like this and blah, blah, blah. I'm dead serious. I am absolutely dead serious. And that is another thing that they hate about here is that it's not predominantly white. I can't even make this shit up. I'm dead serious. You are going to meet this guy, and I promise you, again, if you're in a social setting of more than 3 people, 4 people, that's all you need, there's going to be one of these assholes there. I guarantee it, no question at all. They will be there, and most likely you'll hate them every bit as much as I do. And at some point, you will be like, why don't you just go home? Really? Go away. Get out of here. But oh no, they've been coming for years, and you know, this, and yeah, hate that guy. Absolutely hate him. So again, there we go. I could go on for days and days and days. Believe me, I've done it before, but I'm not going to do that to you this time, guys. These are, again, some of the people that you're going to meet here. Just, again, be careful. I think for the most part, a lot of these guys are fun people here in this video. There are a couple of idiots, as I pointed out. But for the most part, these are the type of people that you're going to enjoy meeting, especially Victor Visa and guys like Jack. Also the free-spirited chicks, if you know what I'm talking about, boys. Anyways, listen, live your best life. If you're not living your best life, find out what you need to do today. And if that means getting out and meeting more and more people, even if you have to sift through and weed out the idiots, trust me, you'll be living your best life here just like me. Till next time, guys, listen, anything less than the best, you know it. Till then, cheers.